Okay, so have y'all watched Evil Dead Burn yet? Because I need to talk about this movie. I'm not really gonna be going over the gore, jump scares. We ain't doing all that. I'm not. Y'all see that? Y'all hear everybody talk about that in there already. But I need to talk about how every single person in this story got exactly what their character deserved, and that's why the movie worked to me. So, real quick, Evil Dead Burn dropped this past Friday, and it's a family reunion movie, basically, where the whole family is trifling. It's not a one bad apple thing. It ain't none of that. Everybody's trifling. So Will's out here reading Kandarian stuff from his grandfather, and instead of writing the book he's supposed to be writing, he's going through all of this stuff, and that's what makes Deadites pop up and start harassing him. And they ain't just terrorizing his family for fun. They want that Kandarian dagger, which they know can take them out for good. And the whole time is hidden in the walls in the attic. Now here's where the movie gets interesting to me, because I'm always watching story, how it's built, not just what's happening on screen. So let's start with each one of them. So Will's supposed to be the one holding everything together. He's angry, he's aggressive, he don't listen to nobody and just does whatever he wants. Hot-headed and runs off, even with owning a restaurant, treats them the same way, wife, everything. He's just mad about everything. Brother is upset. And I kind of understand the stuff with the wife, the smoking and the drinking and stuff, but dude, he was just hot. His wife, Alice, like I said, drinking, smoking, a little too handsy with folks, passive aggressive the whole movie, but she can't let go of what's going on with Will either. And that keeps her tied to that family as well. Joe, the younger brother, he a straight up baby. Ain't finished nothing in his life, and everybody enables him. His mama, his girlfriend, everybody just coddles that dude. Thea, she's good-willed, always there for Joe, always trying to make stuff right and all right for him. That's her whole character, looking out for him and helping him, kind of like the mama. Father, Edgar, mad and aggressive about everything. But under all of that, he's kind of passive and hiding stuff too, but he's just dealing with it differently. The mother, I don't remember her name, can't do anything without the family. Just going along with whatever to keep the peace, while also giving up the things that she wanted and how she could have lived throughout that whole movie. And then the grandmother, old, dementia-ridden, because what happened in her past, her husband being the whole guy that's doing all of this research that Joe is trying to find out and look into. So she done been messed up and jacked up. So every single one of these people is a flaw wearing a name tag. All of them. They just all jacked up, and that's on purpose. Okay, so when things go bad to me, and this was kind of a sign to me, but I didn't fully catch it out the gate, was when Will gets in the car to leave the restaurant, and Joe, passive, starting out in the beginning of the movie, doesn't stop him. Alice doesn't stop him either. Nobody, they just let him go. Will leaves his own wife behind. Everything just goes to hell after that. And so that was one of the first points. But the thing that really got me is when Joe left Thea behind to get taken out by their deadite father. That's the moment right there. In storytelling, there's acts a character can walk back from. Leaving somebody to die because you're being a coward, that's a line you don't uncross. There's no coming back from that. And the moment Joe did that, he was done as the hero of that story. And the only way to come back from that was for him to sacrifice himself. There ain't no redemption from that. That's exactly what the movie gives you. And I say that because when I was watching it, I wasn't sure who the hero was supposed to be, because I didn't watch any of the rollout for the film, no trailers really, and I didn't even really see the poster until I walked into the theater. And to me, that's good writing. That was a writer who understood what was going on and the emotional weight behind it. So like I said, I genuinely didn't know who the hero was supposed to be. And it took me a minute to land on Alice. I didn't think about it at first, but then after what Joe did, I was like, it could only be her. Everybody else in the family is passive in some sort of way, or consumed by their own things. They can't act. Alice is a mess, drunk, passive aggressive, can't let Will go, but she's the only one who does something when it counts. She gets to the dagger and she uses it, basically. Joe becomes a deadite, and Alice is the one who has to put him down with the knife. Then Dead Will comes back, he burnt up, Revenant hunting her, and he's basically haunted by his death, and now she's haunted by him and his death, and she survives him too. And that's her whole arc. Not the strongest person in the room, the one who was broken enough and still refused to fold. And I think that plays into her going back and forth with Will. So I thought that that was cool when she made it through. The only thing I'd change is the Deadites themselves. Compared to the old films where there was some dark comedy mixed in with the horror, these ones played dead straight and gory Deadite the whole time. And they had some jokey jokes and some other stuff, but I wish they would have went into that a little bit more to give some more of that humor and not just lean into the gore so much. Not saying it's a flaw that breaks the movie, but the old Evil Dead had that balance, and I missed that a little bit here. Overall, I like for the runtime they had, they built a full character study where everybody's downfall matched who they were as people. That's not easy to pull off in a short amount of time, but they did it. They made it work to me. I see folks online talk about the franchise needs to let go of Ash and the fans need to let go of Ash. And that's all just nostalgia at this point. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. I don't agree with that. And we might need to do a whole separate short or video on that because Ash is the only character in the entire franchise who actually had real growth. Went from being a scared dude who didn't want to touch nothing, got stuck behind dressers and drawers and bookshelves the whole time, to a guy who faces Deadites alone without a second thought. That's not nostalgia. That's not nostalgia at all. That's the only completed arc in the whole series. But that's a conversation for another day. Let me know down below who was the actual hero of Evil Dead Burn to you. I know it's obvious as Alice, but let me know what you thought about the characters, because again, I thought they was all trifling. So it is what it is. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.